Hey, this is Luke with another Android Guys podcast. I'm here with Scott. Hi, Scott.
Hi, Luke.
How are you?
Oh, let's see. Where do I start?
At the beginning.
All the way back?
Yep. Let's go back.
There's a joke I want to make that's a White Lotus reference.
Oh, I can't.
Wait, you've been sleeping on this
I
show.
know, man. I'm trying. I tried to catch up, but kids.
Put a little
Put a pin in that one.
put a pin in the
We'll come back to the joke.
Tell me your story
All right.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
If you've watched White Lotus and you know what I'm talking about, you're cool. Luke's not cool.
All right. That's fair. You it's your turn to talk about something that you are reviewing.
Yes.
What do you have for us today?
I have the TRONSMART T7.
T7
Portable outdoor speaker.
All right.
This is a speaker that is about the size of I don't want to say a Pringles can, but maybe a little bit more girth to it. Those types of dimensions.
Like a Gatorade bottle?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
It doesn't take up a ton of space. It's a cylinder. It's like a little thing that you can hold with one hand, nice and easy. It's portable. It's got actually like a little wrist strap.
Oh, nice.
So if you want to, carry it around with you at the beach or the pool and you're worried about dropping it, you've got that on there to kind of help you. This is an IPX7 rated speaker.
Nice.
So it can take some water. It's dust rated. There's like a rubber little shell housing thing that goes over the kind of like the front. If you're looking at the speaker, there's kind of like a vertical strip for your buttons for power and control, playback.
Right.
And then below that is like this little rubber boot or whatever to kind of protect the charging port.
Yep.
And there's I think a micro SD card
interesting.
reader
Okay.
to plug in there too. So if your music is loaded that way. But this is a Bluetooth speaker. It has a 360 surround sound. So there's not really supposed to be a front to the speaker.
Sure.
As I'm describing that panel, that's what I would refer to the front. The sound doesn't seem to come any more from that than it would from the side or the back.
Okay.
It has a nice center kind of project in all directions sound.
Right.
This guy is a nice speaker.
Yeah.
At the top of it, if you look at the top, you'll see there's like a dial
that
rotates. That would be your control for your volume.
Nice.
So it's very intuitive. Just kind of grab it and then crank that thing, turn it. There's a little bit of a click in it.
Okay.
So you'll feel that
a little bit of feedback.
You know that you're moving it. It's not just kind of like sloppy or sliding. So you'll feel that. It's a nice little speaker, and then right around the rim of that there is like an LED light. So then you'll see like a little like a glow or a pulse of the light. There is an app that you can pair with this. So if you want to change the settings for the equalizer, so if you wanted to have like a deeper bass, or if you like just like more of like a rock sound or classical, if you're listening to a podcast, he doesn't need to have the same thing as your deep, rich bass sound. You can pair two of these together.
Nice.
To give yourself like a true stereo sound. Let me think. What else here? The sound pulse. There's like a mode you could kind of turn on to give it like a little bit of a extra oomph to it, and that is pretty noticeable. I did see that it was kind of like a strong, kind of like, oh yeah, that's a little maybe overpowering for this type of music.
Okay.
But depending on what you're listening to, I think you'll find that it has a nice, just well-rounded sound even on one speaker.
Nice.
Those LED lights you can kind of control if you want to have it kind of go through a cycle, if you want it to kind of breathe, and then you can also kind of have it dance to the music as well.
Nice.
So it's fun to look at and listen to. This is a pretty cool little thing, and it's only like $57.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I think for the money, I was really surprised by this thing.
Yeah.
I think a couple of other writers, or at least one other guy, was reviewing some other TRONSMART things. I was curious to see how this would perform. I didn't read his stuff prior to recording this.
Sure.
because I didn't want that to kind of color my, oh, there's a lot of bang for your buck, or there's this is a good product in search of, this to me was just kind of like, hey, this is pretty impressive for $57.
Yeah.
Normally $59, so it's just a couple bucks off on Amazon.
Okay.
But I think you can also maybe add a coupon as of right now to maybe save a little bit more money. But
okay.
Either way, if you're getting it at $60 or less, I think you're doing quite well.
Right.
I've had speakers in the past that were $100.
Right.
That didn't quite do what this does.
Right. I mean, you pair that with an app that lets you control EQ.
Yep.
With RGB, with IPX7, with Bluetooth 5.3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's pretty impressive for $57.
It's going to give you about 12 hours of battery life.
Okay.
On a playback too.
Yeah.
So that's, if you're taking it to a party,
mm-hmm.
if you're sitting outside for a pool party or graduation,
right.
If you're taking it to the beach, 12 hours is more than enough.
Does it get pretty loud?
Very.
Okay.
Kind of stupid loud. The test that we do here at the office where we'll crank it up just to see. It's one of those things where I got it about halfway up and I thought I need to be quiet.
Yeah.
The other tenants in this building aren't going to be too fond of me.
Yeah.
Putting this out, too loud. It's pretty impressive stuff.
Awesome.
I can't imagine what two of them would do.
Sure.
So the speaker's black,
mm-hmm.
Kind of like a all black. It's not like a rich type thing. It's almost gray.
Okay.
Kind of thing. Like, I don't know if it would be gunmetal or something like that.
Okay.
But it only comes in the one color. It's a pretty impressive little package. I like what I see here. I think warranty wise, I think it's just a 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no issues recommending this brand.
Yeah.
Based off of this particular model.
Yeah.
I see some other ones on here, and when you look at their prices, their speakers tend to be, one of those cases where we've seen there's a couple other brands I don't want to bring up here.
Sure.
But there are just those cases where you look at it and go, hey, there's a lot going on here for less money than what some of these other brands are asking for. I would be very interested in checking out some of their other products based off of this. I think that the T7 is a solid speaker at a great price point.
Yeah.
I think score-wise, I didn't score this thing officially.
Sure.
But I would say it's a solid 4 across the board.
Yeah.
It was easy to set up.
Yep.
There was no problem with pairing or doing the app. Performance is great. Audio, battery is right in line with expectations. Price, I would say it's a solid 4, if not higher, by the time I sit down to put some physical scores to these.
Nice.
So yeah, that's the TRONSMART T7. It's a portable outdoor speaker, and I would say outdoor, indoor, whatever your environment, it's pretty cool. The light, I don't know how much you'll see that, from a distance.
Sure.
Because it's kind of like at the top of.
Right.
I don't want to say it's an afterthought,
mm-hmm.
but indoors, you'll see that if it's kind of sitting near you.
Sure.
But if you turn this volume up, you're not going to be on top of this thing.
Right.
So you may not really see it doing its thing.
Yeah.
But it is there.
Yeah.
So if you're just kind of putting some music on in the house while you're cleaning up or have some guests over or something like that.
Sure.
It'll just have a little bit of light to kind of let you know
mm-hmm.
that it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.